A victory for both the fighting and Marvel community, the announcement of Marvel Tokon. I'd like to discuss the game as well, riding the hype around it since I'm also hyped about it. I want to make the video after reading the dev interview on the PlayStation forum page, where the dev said the map was filled with Easter eggs. And sure, they weren't lying. I see some people approaching the topic, but they didn't talk about this or that, and I was...
Fine. I'll do it myself.
But how can you blame them? Some of these are super specific. I also discovered new stuff while making this video, for the better and for the worst. I want to thank my best friend for helping me, because otherwise I would have gone insane doing this alone. So, let's dive into New York made by ArcSystem. And we're gonna start with... Fogwood Street is close to Times Square. I think they were trying to represent the Marvel New York in one package, and I gotta say, they're already popping off. I'm gonna show these Easter eggs in specific groups. I want to start with what I call the news section. Let's start with the screen with Omni-Man. We can see good old JJ renting the news broadcast. He looks like our beloved angry old J.K. Simmons guy. We can see it being interrupted by a woman journalist. I don't have a real clue as who she is. Maybe Betty Brant? Or maybe she's just a generic journalist. While talking about journalism, I'm sure all of you noticed the giant end of the Statue of Liberty, popping out from one of the buildings. At the base of the torch, it seems it's also another way to spread news. From what I can tell by watching a lot of the time the trailer, it says the following things. The opening of the Skrull Kree exhibition. Shumagarov incident in 44th Street, and apparently this news is brought from the Daily Bugle publishers. They are also saying something about the Spider-Menace. Okay, now this is interesting. You may have noticed while watching the trailer the palace with the yellow FC letter. During the dev deep dive interview, we can see the full logo of FC Television Center. This is a thing that exists in the Marvel Universe as Federal Communication Commission, also said FCC. The federal agency that regulates the broadcasting of radio, television, cable, satellites, and etc. Props to them, because they are doing their work even in this universe. It's really cool that we have an in-law reason as why there are so many heads in this stage. Now we are in the background, between New York skyscrapers, close to Times Square. Since we are in the building section, let's analyze them. I'm sure all of you noticed the Avengers Tower and the Baxter building. Then we have Oscorp Industry and Roxxon, a company more known for being the evil corporation of Spider-Man 2099, and one of the main confidants in the Miles Morales game. You can also see Fisk Industries, but it's better seen 44th Street, where Matt and Foggy have their studio. And the last one, the Fight Club Mansion. Probably you know them by the guys that stole some of the X-Men during the Phoenix Saga. Let's move to the ads. This is gonna be 90% of the video probably. The first one I noticed is Auntie's Wet Cakes. It's nice to know in this universe Aunt May have a business going on. I wonder if it is with Anna Watson. Here's the recipe if you are interested. Next up we have the Circle Head. I don't have a lot of information to conclude precisely what this is, but since the only thing I can see from the heads maybe is the Circle Brotherhood, with the main purpose to defend Symkaria from Dr. Doom. Next up, we have one of my favorite Easter egg, the Lucky Dog Pizza Head. In this universe, it seems that it's a pizza restaurant and a delivery service. You probably know this dog from the TV show of Hawkeye. So, the owner is either Kate Bishop or Clint Barton. And, if I recall correctly, this is an attraction and a place to eat in Avengers Campus at Disneyland. Let's briefly talk about one of the most famous Easter eggs of this stage, the Luna Snow billboard. She's a K-pop singer and you know her from Marvel Rivals. Next Easter egg is presumably Janet Van Dyne, Hark the Wasp, appearing in one of the billboards. You probably noticed more at a chic boutique, on the other side of the street, opposite to the theater. For people who don't know, Wasp is a stylist with her own business going on. In the Avengers Earth Mighty Zero show, for Who Recall, a Wasp fundraise Hank Pym project, aka the Ant-Man. Now, I don't remember if this is also true in the comic, but it's more funny the show version. And now that we are in the center of the action, you probably noticed the theater with the Dazzler poster. This is not any common theater, this is the Gem Theater, and it may be owned by Luke Cage, aka the Power Man. And fun fact, this is also an Avenger hideout. And we can see through the theater digital insignia that Dazzler exhibit here every night. And we are done with 42th Street. But there is one head that I didn't talk about, and this is the reason. While transitioning, we can see the Mocha Cola head. And buckle up, boys and girls, this is a story you don't want to miss. On the night of February 2, 2013, massacre, a terrorist confronted the CEO of a restaurant, and he gave her an offer that she would pay $12 million to him so he could go into New York City and kill as many people while wearing the logo of her competitor. The superior Spider-Man was able to track him down to Grand Central Station. He managed to save the rest of the civilians and take the criminal gun, shooting him in the shoulder. Holding him at gunpoint, he remembered that he was the same man that told him that he wouldn't let anyone else die. But that time was Peter Parker. Despite Peter's persona begging Otto to spare him, the superior web slinger pulled the trigger, putting an end to the mass murder once and for all. This was a roller coaster of a ride. Me and my best friend researching this shit at 4 AM because we don't like to sleep. Now I'm scared. ArcSystem, I'm scared. I wonder if this was a deep cut Easter egg or a coincidence. Well, now the ride is over and we are... Well, here we are. Like the real world, Park Avenue exists in the Marvel universe, and it seems the park is given to the Avengers as a tribute. Now, the thing I don't see a single person talk about, and to be fair, I didn't realize until I watched the trailer multiple times, that a destroyed helicar is in the background, and it seems it's here from a lot of time, considering the moss is growing out of it. And I think the reason it crashed in New York is something to do about the Skrull and Kree war. It's literally in front of our eyes, but no one did say a thing about it. Well, before we approach the park, let's get something to drink at the Coffee Bean Shop. This place has been up since 1962, and the Spidey fans know this place is where he, Gwen and their friends during college go to chill and spend time together. There is a possibility that the shop owner is in fact Harry Osborn. I wonder if we ever gonna have the answer. Let's admire the Avenger statue, saying Earth Mightiest Hero at the base. We can see Iron Man, Cap and Thor with a classic design. I wonder if this game gonna have costume. Probably not, since ArcSystem never did costume for their games. Maybe they're gonna do a battle pass similar to the one in Grand Blue Fantasy? Who knows? Let's look at the Avenger Museum flags. There is something that ArcSystem is pushing behind the curtains. The returning concept of the Kree-Skrull War. It's probably important to the game narrative. Maybe whatever happened in that war is gonna be the start of the story of this game. Analyzing the flag, we can say that the helicar is the museum, since it's drawn to itself. Can't wait to know more about what happened in this universe. Everything accompanied by the cherry blossom tree that in Japanese culture is the symbol of renewal and fleeting beauty. I don't know if this is gonna be important, but it's just one more thing to remember and know. This screen of the stage seems pretty straightforward. I couldn't find anything else hidden here. The New York map tab doesn't seem to hide anything, but the yellow road is probably the same that our fighters do when switching place to place. So, just to fit this part of the video, I'm gonna throw this one here. During the final part of the trailer, with the heroes doing what it seems, their level 3, we can see, during the Miss Marvel one, the heads Simon Williams in Archon, the musical. Simon Williams is Wonder Man. but before becoming a hero, he was an actor. So he probably still needs to become a superhero, or is both. Archon is in fact another Marvel character, a mighty noble warrior coming from the world Polymarsus. I hope I pronounced it right. We are done with Park Avenue. Time for our last stop. And don't worry, it's gonna be more interesting and filled with a lot of secrets. Let's go to the day. Our final destination is here. We're gonna start with the right, where we can see Fogwood Gym. Here, the surprises start. We can see at the entrance of the gym, at the door, different posters and marks. The first thing I want to talk is the hand symbol, a clan of ninja guided by Electra most of the time, and most of the time, they are in pursuit of immortality. Yes, there is also a Lockjaw sticker, the dog from the Inhumans. Then we have the Mary Jane's poster, Spider-Gwen band. Does this mean that Spider-Gwen exists in this universe? Let's be clear guys, if this is gonna be a Fighter Z2 substitute, I wouldn't be surprised if we're gonna get the Goku treatment with Spider-Man. Then we have Deadpool riding a unicorn, the Anti-Spider poster, and Norman Osborn presidency poster. This poster can be also seen in 42 Street, but I wanted to talk about it here, to give a better pace to the video. On the walls of the gym, we can also see the graffiti I love New York, with a web close to it. I want to hope that this graffiti is made by Miles Morales. He loves graffiti and he loves the Spider-Man persona. It will be a nice reference to the character. Let's go to the other side, where we can see Damage Control extracting Shumagarov, and also keeping civilians outside of the incident. If you recall, in 42 Street, we can see the news broadcast talking about this event. Talking again about Damage Control, you may not know that the dog logo on the truck represents the mascot of Damage Control, Fluffy. Yep, here we are. We are talking about Damage Control mascot. Fun fact, the logo seems to be an exact copy of a cover of one issue of the Damage Control comic series. As we mentioned, we can see Shumagarov in the stage. On the palace itself, we can see even a graffiti calling him with his other alias, Gargantos. To be honest, I just realized the graffiti doesn't say Gargantos. So I have no real clue on what this graffiti is. If you know, comment below. You can see where the Fearless slowly left their studio. He even met Murdoch watching the fight happening in the street through the window. The insignia of the studio is held by none other than Lady Justice. In the stage there is also a dumpster, where we can see clearly in the dev deep dive interview a reference to House of M, the text No More Mutant. But it also means that Xavier and Magneto needs to fight for a better future for the mutants kind. Some of this graffiti, text and poster can be also found again in 42 Street. Specifically, you can see some of this in a lamplight street in the spot of the stage. Another graffiti I want to talk about, and personally my favorite, is the Doctor Doom one. Glad that my man Drip is being recognized. And here's the last one. And this is the last one because I have no real final answer to what could this character be. The first thing I thought, from the colors and what it seems to reactor in the chest, it was Ironheart. But it can't be, because Ironheart is a black character. And this seems white. I also thought of Penny Parker. And Jessica Drew, the Spider-Woman. So yeah, I came here to edit the video again, before publishing it. I was rewatching the picture, and I think this character may be Doctor Strange. I can see the beard, I can see the white hairlines to the side, the cape, and the colors kinda match. So I think it's Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme. Wow, So yeah, if you have any clue on who this character is, please comment down below. Then I'm probably gonna do a short about it, giving you the final answer, guys. And now there is the final part of the trailer, where the heroes clash and fight in this what looks like an arena. And I don't know what this is. It could be a Kree Colosseum. I remember something about it in one of the show or comics, but I'm not certain. Or maybe this is the original thing from ArcSystem, something similar to Android 21 for the Marvel Universe, their own creation. So yeah, this is the ending of the video. Thank you so much if you watched it fully. I hope you liked it. I invested a lot of time researching this stuff. I want to thank you, the Marvel Wiki, and my best friend again. And yeah, maybe I'm gonna open a GoFundMe page or Patreon or something similar. This video is mostly a way to thanks for the 500 subscribers. I know it's a shift of content. I usually play the Arkham games or just upload general video game clips. But yeah, I wanted to try something new and see where this leads. So yeah, thank you so much again. I hope the video is well received. And if it's so, see you next time for another video and a trailer analysis.